Alright, what is up? Victory Gaming here, and in this episode, hang on, let me just, okay, there we go. It is working. And in this episode of Pokemon Strategy Guides, we will be going over Drapion. I'm pretty sure it's Drapion. I remember Paul from Pokemon Sinnoh League Victors, the best Pokemon series ever, in my opinion. Paul just wrecking Ash and his Gliscor with this Drapion. Well, not this set, but, like, just toxic spikes causing mayhem in the Sinnoh League. I think it was Sinnoh League. I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on from the anime. But, I have a few sets here. You can see this one is kind of set up, so let me just set up. There we go. I'm just trying to do this to help you out. And then this one is, actually, no, I'm not going to do that, so whatever, I'll just explain as we go. So this is the setup one. You can see I'm going for Toxic Spikes, Roar, Confuse Ray, and Knockoff. Now, I'll start with Toxic Spikes. Obviously, you don't have to lead with this Pokemon. You can lead with it, but its speed does hold it back a little bit. 95 base speed, so it will outspeed a lot of things. A lot of tankier Pokemon are very slow, but its special attack is bad, which no one cares about special attack anyways. It doesn't really get that many special attacks, so I don't suggest a mixed, but definitely offensive and physical if you are doing offense. But speed, you're going to outspeed a few things, but not that many. Like Gengars and stuff, they will get the Icy Wind before you, so definitely watch out for stuff like that. But Toxic Spikes, you want to set up those to poison your opponent. Roar, basically, you just want to filter out your opponents until you get something you can handle, and you want them to be a physical attacker, because your special defense does kind of fall behind a little bit. 75 isn't a ridiculous amount, but 110, much better. Now, obviously, you don't have to do 252 in the special defense. That is just, you know, it kind of depends on your team. I definitely suggest in like about half investment or so in the HP, but if you're not worried about special defense at all, you have a huge tank, then you can just go 252 if you like. It really just depends on what your team needs. But yeah, Confuse Ray, basically you filter your opponent out until you get a nice physical Pokemon, then you confuse them. Now 100% accuracy, and Keen Eye. Keen Eye is a very good ability for this set. Your accuracy cannot be lowered, and ignores evasion. So this is great against Setup and Drifloon. You can easily confuse them, go for a huge knockoff, and knockoff is very, very good on Drifloon. Or what? On Drapion. Messed that one up. Because you are a dark poison type, so you will be able to take care of anything you're gonna get most damage, like about half damage on most things. So that works pretty good. Obviously, if they have an item, it does a lot more. So basically, you just set up all this stuff, try and confuse as many of their Pokemon as you can, and then hit them up with a knockoff. So our second set here is an Assault Vest Drapion. Drapion. So this is a poison Pokemon. Alright, so our second set here is an Assault Vest Drapion. And you can see it has the ability Sniper. So Sniper increases... Wait. If Pokemon strikes with a critical hit, damage is multiplied by 1.5. So basically what we're going to want to do is find a move with high critical hit ratio, which just happens to be Cross Poison, a very powerful move. Now it is not as powerful as Poison Jab, but that crit ratio in this boost, that you're looking good right there. So this is more of a tankier sweeper Pokemon. You could run Life Orb on this, but I don't suggest it, because you do want to eat up the hits. Brick Break is going to cut through those screens, so, you know, if they're tank, Cleft Key, something like that, you can break through their screens, really shut them down. Ice Fang is coverage, you know, you can take down Gliscors. Gliscor is a pretty common switch in against this Pokemon, because generally people don't run Ice Fang. They run Fire Fang or Thunder Fang. But Ice Fang, if you just take a look at all the fangs it gets, you can see fire, ice, poison, and thunder. Fire, ice, poison, thunder. Yeah. So I don't suggest doing Poison Fang because, you know, your cross poison is going to be very powerful. And there's really no point in Poison Fang. And then Knockoff, again, it's super powerful. It's stab. You're going to get a lot of damage. So I definitely suggest running Knockoff on all these sets. Now, let's take a look at the stats. You can see it is invested in the HP, so we're getting the most out of our Assault Vest. I also put stats into the Special Defense because, honestly, 186 at level 100 isn't that high. So if we boost that up to 230, and, this is definitely going to help a lot. So the EVs, definitely recommend in the Special Defense. And also Defense. So this is kind of a mixed tank. But if you are not worried about Special Defense, again, just like this set, then you can take off the Assault Vest, put on a Life Orb, and just wreck. You can maul through plenty of things with a Life Orb on this thing. Getting all those sniper boosts plus Life Orb, you are looking good right there. So, if you don't need any Special Defense, you have a really good Special Defense tank like a Behem or something like that, then this is Life Orb right here. So, that's a very good set with Life Orb. And this set is also Life Orb, but this is Battle Armor. So, cannot be struck by a critical hit. Well, crits do more damage, right? So I'm thinking a Rest Talk Pokemon. So this is an interesting one, because you already are pretty tanky. So if you go up against a physical sweeper, or just a physical Pokemon in general, you set up a Swords Dance until they attack you. When they attack you, you rest, you Sleep Talk. You might get a Swords Dance, you might get a Knockoff, you might get a Rest. Most likely it's going to be a Swords Dance or a Knockoff. If you get a Swords Dance, oh man. If you get a Swords Dance, then great. You can just come and hit them up with a very powerful Knockoff. And stab more damage from the move if they have a item. So you're going to be able to wreck in Life Orb. Come on. You can't beat this. Because it's very bulky, but at the same time, it's very, very harsh attacks. So, honestly, it's just busted. Like, this Pokemon is so good. I've seen so many... Whoa. What just happened? I've seen so many, like, sweeps and that kind of thing with Drapion. And it's not all that common. It's becoming more common. But I don't think it's OU. Is it OU? It's RU. Wow, RU. So, it's climbing, but it's not that high. So, again, same thing with the stats. Definitely invest in HP and defense, but attack, you could put this wherever. More attack, just depends on what you want. Alright, so this is the last set. It is a Life Orb Bust Through Everything set. Similar to the others, but a little bit different. You can see Sniper, again, if you get the crit, then that's great. So, actually, Cross Poison, why Poison Jab, we might as well go for the Cross Poison. Oh, Cross Poison on this is going to be good, because high crit ratio, plus the boost, you're going to be topping out 80, pretty good. And then, Knockoff, again, get rid of their items, so this can shut down tanks and that kind of thing. And also, to help shut down tanks is a Brick Break, so you can take down their screens, and really, if you hit them with a Brick Break to get through, and then you hit them with a Knockoff, you can most likely kill. Like, that can honestly kill. Just those two moves. Life Orb, you're not going to take too much damage, because you are, very good defenses and stats here. And then, protect, control them, attack some, play around with them, get into mind games, because the whole battle is mind games. I can't really say that, but most people have perfectly good Pokemon, and EVs and abilities and everything. If they're unrated, then they have the ability to beat you. It's just mind games, protect, oh, I need to do this, I don't need to do that, that kind of thing. So whatever. And Cross Poison, crit ratio, can't get over that. Like, multiply, Cross Poison is very good on this Pokemon. And now we come to the stats. So, what I am suggesting, because this is just a go, a go Pokemon, maybe attack, right? You could either do, this for the investment, so you could go adamant. Like, this is amazing stats right here. Adamant bulky, you could do HP, whatever you really need. I suggest HP. You don't have to do that much attack. Like, you could probably live with like about 200 EVs in there, somewhere like that. And then, put the rest in your defenses or in your speed as well. You could put some in speed because I don't really know what you'd be outspeeding, but 270 speed at level 100, that's okay. But I think you'd get a little more from defenses or something like that. So you can really just mess around with this, make it whatever fits you. Alright, so this idea just came to me. Basically what it is it's a Choice Scarf, Keen Eye, Wrecking Machine. So, Keen Eye, you don't want to miss, so, you're going to go wreck them that way. Poison Jab is 100% accuracy, stab 80 damage, so that's looking at 120, that's like Brave Bird power. And then 30% chance to poison, 32 PP. Like, you can just, even if they're defensive, they're not attacking, they're just stalling, Calm Mind, War, whatever, you can get through it with this Pokemon. And what I suggest is running max attack, max speed, and maybe a little bit of HP. Not that it's just going to be 1 hit point difference, but who knows, maybe that'll save you. So there's 2 investments here. You don't want to run defense or anything. You could either run Jolly, which is for the speed investment. So Jolly, if you don't feel comfortable running that low of speed without the investment in the nature, then you can definitely do nature, and it won't take that much away from your attack. But if you do the adamant, you are going to most likely do not one-hit KO. You can one-hit KO very easily, but it really just depends. And also, one more move, Knockoff. Knockoff is going to be extremely powerful in this, just a huge hit right off the bat. Going to get the boost if you have not already knocked him off. So, because if you're in rated battle spot, they are going to be carrying an item unless they're just completely dumb. So I definitely suggest using Knockoff. So you can just carry both these moves, use whatever you need. And also, like, if you really wanted to, you could carry some other things, like a Brick Break, get through some screens. But most of the time, people don't set up in 1v1 battle spots, or singles. And you could do some crazy stuff like Night Slash, really whatever. You mix it up. There's plenty of moves here, like really plenty of moves. So you can just pick what you need, and that's good for your team. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Comment, let me know below, and I will see you guys in the next one.